Got Miss Tamia Cologne.
Let me tell you something. Just like Ann, I said I'm retired from the practice of teaching school. I was a school teacher, taught school for 9 years. I enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, on my way here today, I actually bumped into one of my students. She walked over to me and said, Miss Cologne. Yeah, you Miss Cologne? And I looked at her, I said, Shakira. She said, I'm grown now. I said, don't remind me. I taught her in 8th grade, and now she's a big-time supervisor for JetBlue. Made me feel really good. So what I'm saying is that it was rewarding, but, you know, some things happened in my life. You know, the reason why I know about this machine today is a result of my son. See, I'm a mother of 3 children, a wife of 1 man. I like to say that. My husband makes sure I say that everywhere I go. You see, my 3 children, my oldest is 17 years old. I have a son that's 13 years old. And then I have a little girl that's 5 years old. Now, what we did is we planned our children. The first one, as we said, we figured that after 4 years, we'd have another one. Because I was teaching school, as you heard me say it, and my income wasn't making it happen. Y'all do understand that. And a lot of you are sitting here tonight, you're saying, well, I agree because mine's not making it happen either. So we decided that we should not have 2 children back to back. Instead, I should wait 4 years, have another child, and then when the first one goes through college, we'll be okay. It'll be all right for us to pay for the other child to go through college, because we knew we wouldn't be able to afford both of them going through college at the same time. So now this was our plan. However, when my son was born, I carried him full term just like I did my daughter. I thought everything was going to be fine just like it was my daughter. However, it didn't happen that way. You see, when my son was born, my son lost oxygen at birth. Now, I don't know if anybody here can identify with dealing with a child that's mentally delayed, developmentally delayed. I don't know if you had to deal with a child that's suffering with autism. I don't know if you had to deal with that. I don't know if you had to deal with somebody who was perfectly okay, and then all of a sudden, because of a car accident, because of a heart attack, their whole body, everything just changed. Well, that happened from birth for my son. So when my son was born, they told me he never walked, he never talked, he never go to the bathroom, he never feed himself, he never be able to do this, and this. Everything, they didn't tell me what he was going to be able to do. All they told me is, Miss Cologne, get used to it. That's the way it's going to be. Accept it. But see, I didn't just believe what they had to say. You see, I'm from South Carolina, as I told y'all. You see, I believe in Jesus Christ, and if I can't say that here, I'm sorry, all right? Y'all get over it later, huh? You get over it later. The bottom line is that I began to lean on the hand that I knew would never change. And as a result of doing so, the Lord started to direct healing towards my son. I believe in the power of attraction. I believe that we are what we are tonight as a result of what we thought about yesterday and maybe last year. But the bottom line is I began to attract positive healing towards my son. People call me, Tamia, you know, we have this juice, we have this pill, we have this powder, and I tried a lot of that stuff. One product in particular came from South Africa. My son began to do better. But when my girlfriend called me from Queens to tell me about this machine, I got excited. She showed me the money. I wasn't interested in the money. You see, Reggie, Powell, and Tamia Cologne, we felt we had already arrived. You see, we were with a company that gave us both Mercedes-Benz. We were with a company that sent us on a few cruises. You know, it's amazing. After we stopped focusing, we got a letter told us we had 5 days to get our car back. Hello. So I vowed I'll never get involved in another company that said they're going to get that. We're going to earn a car and you turn around and take it back. I still don't understand that. But the bottom line is, I began to pay close attention to the money after that. And I'm sure you can understand why. So when my son began to drink this water, we noticed some change in my son. And for those of you that might be in the room tonight, you know my son, I'm telling you, you know that there's been some changes in Damien Jr. This little boy now can go to the car, open the door, get in, and shut the door and wait for us to come outside. To us, that's a big deal. To some of you, it might not be a big deal, but we're talking about a child that wasn't supposed to walk.
All right.
Wasn't supposed to be able to use his hands. He's going from sign languaging, you know, bathroom, more. Now he's saying it. He's starting to put sentences together. We're starting to be able to give him certain commands, and he can go ahead and follow through. Before we said, Damien, bring your sneakers, he bring his shoes. He'll bring one shoe, one sneaker. Now we said, Damien, bring your sneakers, he bring both the sneakers, the matching shoes. Right. To us, that's a big deal. Damien now gets his own bowl in the morning. Damien is going from asking for food to stealing food. He goes in the kitchen, he moves everything out the way real nice, takes what he wants. After he's done with it, he fixed everything back and he put it back. So that goes to show us that, you know, he's coming along, okay? I mean, so he's doing fantastic. But then my husband, the person who told me not to buy the machine, oh, it's too much money, you got to be out of your mind, water's water, all those things. You know, I went ahead and I did it anyway. I was disobedient. I bought that machine with his money. And then I put it in our house. And he set it up. But the good thing about it is he said he wasn't going to drink it. Late at night, we hear the machine come on. Can't get in the water, 9.5. We know it's not a ghost in the house. We know it's him. As a result of him drinking this water, his cholesterol went from 379 to 152. Are y'all hearing me? 152 in less than 3 weeks. So the same doctor that took his blood then took his blood again to check his cholesterol, and as a result of seeing what had happened, that doctor bought a machine as well. Now that doctor is dispensing the water out to his and her patients, the husband and wife team. I mean, so that deserves an applause too. Yeah. Absolutely. And me myself, some things have been happening to Tamia. Yeah, man. When I gave birth to my last child, I was 268 pounds. And I'm just saying, when I started this water business, I was 268 because I'd be telling y'all a lie. But the bottom line is I was on this diet, that diet, weight loss, Weight Watchers, this pill, this vinegar juice, this, that, and that, all kind of stuff. And some of y'all can relate. And I'm wondering why I lose so much weight. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I stop, I explode again. It's because I didn't deal with the initial problem, which was actually embedded in my colon. So we're going to talk about this tonight. Can we talk about this? Okay. Machine talks to you. The machine tells you when it's cleaning. You know, it actually, you just let the water run, it will clean itself. The machine tells you when you're running the water too fast, when you're running the water too slow. It tells you if it's too hot. It tells you slow down, you know. The machine talks to you. It tells you when to change the filter. I mean, it's a built-in computer, and it does all of this in one. So we're going to talk about it. So this machine will literally purify the water. Once the water has been purified, I mean, everything, purged of everything, okay? It goes into this part of the machine, which is called the electrolysis chamber. There, the magic takes place. There, that's where the technology takes place. There, they've actually found a way to duplicate nature. That same water that people travel so far to go to in Jerusalem and travel so far to go to in Ohio and so forth and so on to get that water they can drink that's pure water. Now they can have it right in their home. They don't have to go anywhere. Okay? Here in this electrolysis chamber, the water is split up into 2 parts. You have purified acidic water, which is very good, and you have purified Kangen water, which is the high alkaline water, which is very good. Both the waters exit the machine at the same time, simultaneously. So when you turn the machine on, there's a section here that comes with the machine. This holds here, which is the secondary. First of all, what makes us the best? There's a couple of things outside of being approved by 6,600 Japanese administrators. Take a look. What's inside your machine? Some folk always, after every single meeting, well, Miss Cologne, I have a machine. My machine alkalines water. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Fantastic. But do you have this machine? We have people come up and say, well, you know what? Yeah, on the internet, it says that the same plates are in, that's in your machine as in our machine. We know what we did? We went and we bought one of their machines, $1,500. And we dissected it right in Manhattan. And I want you all to see what we found. Now, they said this is the same plate as that one. If somebody lied, if somebody lied. Look like a Toys R Us factory going on inside over there. I'm serious. I mean, so be careful what you see. You see, the Japanese have known about this now for going on 40 years. All of a sudden, when they developed the concept and we got wind of the concept, we want to go and try to reproduce or try to duplicate what they've done. But let me tell you something. If I want a Rolls Royce, I'm going to Rolls Royce. Are y'all with me? If I want a Yugo, I'll go to Yugo. This is the Rolls Royce of all the machines. It's proven itself, and it's the only machine that produces Kangen water, which is the highest form of alkaline water you can get. In addition to that, it's number 1 because of the antioxidant levels that it has. If I were to test right now with an ORP tester, some water, some tap water, some soda, or even our Kangen water, you'll find that our water is better than them all. Even